This man is suddenly stopped by Chinese police, and he doesn't understand what he's done wrong. To his surprise, the police car speeds up and forces him to pull over. Seeing this, the man immediately apologizes. The police car angrily questions him. Do you not know motorcycles are not allowed on highways? The man doesn't respond and just continues apologizing. At this moment, the police car notices a flag on the back of the motorcycle. It turns out the man is Andy Lau, and he is traveling across the country searching for his child. The police officer softens and asks Andy where he is headed.
长久，
Upon hearing this, the officer immediately says Andy is heading in the wrong direction and draws the correct route on a map. Andy thanks him and immediately heads in the right direction. A few minutes later, as he pulls out the map again to confirm his direction, he finds 200 RMB falling out. He quickly realizes that the officer had given him the money, so he carefully places it in his wallet and writes it down in his notebook. This all began 15 years ago when Andy and his wife went out for work, only for their child to go missing. Since then, they've desperately searched for their child. Andy even quit his job, traveling across the country by motorcycle in search of clues. Along the way, whenever he met other parents whose children had been lost, he would help them search as well. But fate was cruel. In the past 15 years, he had helped countless parents find their children, yet there was still no trace of his own. But destiny rewards those who persevere. A few days ago, Andy received an email from someone claiming that a child in Quanzhou resembled his missing son, and that the child was also bought. Andy immediately set off for Quanzhou, and after several days of traveling, he finally arrived. The kind person who had contacted him was already waiting by the roadside. Soon, they reached the village where the child was living. Andy tried to control his excitement, desperately asking the foster father to let him meet the child. Luckily, the foster father agreed and called the child over. When Andy saw the child, he felt as if he were looking at his own son when he was younger. He asked the boy many questions, but the answers were all negative. Just when everyone had lost hope, Andy suddenly asked the boy if he had a scar on his foot.
有
The boy immediately took off his right shoe, but Andy said it should be on the left foot. Without regard for the foster father's objections, Andy forcibly removed the boy's left shoe. Reality gave Andy a harsh blow. He held back tears, turned, and walked away without looking back. The boy stood there looking at Andy's retreating figure, also feeling lonely. In fact, he was also hoping his real parents would find him. For those wondering, the movie is called Shigu.